If you hate the sound of your voice, I hope you watch this. Hi guys, if you're new here, I'm Kat. I'm a holistic voice coach, vocalist, and sound healer, and I help people tap into their most authentic voices, including myself. I was my first student. And if you hate the sound of your voice, or you've been told that you have a bad sounding voice, or people look like they cringe when you're singing, or you cringe when you're singing or speaking, or just you do not feel comfortable or confident about your voice, I'm about to change your whole life. Let's really simplify it. Singing is science. It's anatomy. It's acoustics. It's a simple cause and effect. It is not, has nothing to do with, oh, I was born with a bad voice. Oh, I have a bad voice. And this shame thing that a lot of us carry around, probably most of us, about our voices, which, let's get real, this is like a deeper systemic issue, not just about our voices, but about our bodies and how we're living. And maybe we can unpack the shame a little separately, do the shame thing separately, and come back to the truth of it. It is simply cause and effect. No right or wrong, singer, non-singer, born with a bad voice, born with a great voice, or anything like that. It is when I do this, a certain set of actions, I make this kind of sound. But if I do this, a certain different kind of set of actions, I make this kind of sound. So a true vocalist, a true professional user of their voice, whether they are a singer or a public speaker, usually will know that knowledge. They just simply have that knowledge of, oh, when I do this, that kind of sound comes out of my mouth and it has this type of impact on people. It's that. They're just more knowledgeable. They're more empowered with their voice because they know what they're doing. Let me give you an example. So one simple thing, by how much I open my mouth, which I talk about all the time, I can make some sort of sound, and simply by barely closing my mouth, all of a sudden I sound like a totally different person and I sound like I can't sing. That's just one thing. Let me show you. Sa, sa. Can you see my teeth? See how much I'm opening my mouth? Nothing crazy. I'm opening it enough, allowing space for the sound waves to come through. Now watch this. Sa. Now, other than closing my mouth a little bit, I was also kind of constricting my throat a little bit. Totally different sound. If people heard that and they didn't know any better, they'd be like, ooh, what's going on? They would wonder if I'm tone deaf. They'd think I'm flat. They would not hear a singer simply by shifting like one or two things. So when you can get out of whatever potential shame spiral, or I'm bad, or I'm inherently wrong, or whatever, my voice is inherently bad or wrong, which so many of us go to. I was one of them. I'm included in that. I still have shame and things pop up because I'm still human living in this crazy society. But I always take myself back to science, acoustics, understanding my instrument, learning more about my instrument so I can be a more empowered singer. A empowered, knowledgeable singer is going to be a better singer. So I hope that helps. Maybe it could feel a little overwhelming to know that there are so many things involved in singing, because we're talking about using our muscles, using our body, the type of breath that we're taking, what's going on here in the neck, the throat, the jaw, the tongue, where you're driving the sound. I mean, there is a lot involved. I get that. However, maybe that feels overwhelming in the beginning, but then at least you know that the power is in your hands. It's not a simple question of can you or can't you. It's, are you willing to become more knowledgeable about your instrument to learn how to make the sounds that you want to make? Anyways, I hope that helps. If you do not like the sound of your voice, you are not destined to have to dislike your voice for the rest of your life. If you want to, you can choose to learn more about your instrument and learn how to create sounds and have the type of impact that you want when you are speaking or singing to people.